Hello, welcome to Unlocking Buddhism. In our endlessly busy, perpetually noisy, and often overwhelming modern world, do you ever find yourself craving a moment of true, unadulterated quiet? A sacred space where the relentless, constant chatter of your mind finally begins to soften, where the external demands momentarily fade away. Perhaps you've heard whispers about meditation, seen serene images of calm practitioners, and quietly wondered, could this profound sense of peace actually work for me? Many people hold a common misconception that meditation is an esoteric practice reserved only for seasoned monks in remote, ancient monasteries, or for individuals who have dedicated their entire lives to spiritual pursuit. But the profound truth is, this incredibly powerful practice is not only accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or lifestyle, but it also holds a fundamental key to unlocking a deep reservoir of inner peace, clarity, and resilience amidst life's inevitable chaos. It's a journey back to your own inherent stillness, a skill that can be cultivated and strengthened. This isn't about escaping reality, but about learning to engage with it more skillfully, more peacefully. Whether you're navigating daily stresses, seeking greater focus, or simply yearning for a moment of quiet refuge, the foundational principles of Buddhist meditation offer a timeless path. Before we dive into the very first, practical steps of this transformative journey into Buddhist meditation, I have a quick, important question for you. In just one single word, what's the most prevalent feeling or sensation you experience when your mind feels utterly overwhelmed or chaotic? Share your honest answer in the comments below. Your responses are incredibly valuable. They help us understand the shared human journey we're all on and remind us that we are not alone in our search for calm. Now that we've truly considered this pervasive human need for inner calm, this longing for a moment of quiet refuge, let's explore the very first practical step in embarking on a meditation journey, choosing where to begin. While it is true that meditation can, in principle, be practiced anywhere, on a bustling subway, in a noisy airport terminal, amidst the clamor of a busy office, it is significantly, undeniably easier to find initial success and establish a consistent practice if you begin in a quiet, undisturbed environment. Imagine, for a moment, trying to find deep stillness and focus in the midst of a vibrant, bustling market, with countless people constantly passing by, conversations swirling, and a cacophony of sounds assaulting your senses. Your mind, naturally, would be endlessly pulled outwards, preoccupied with external stimuli. You might find yourself worrying about what others might be thinking, or wondering if something urgent requires your immediate attention, constantly vigilant to potential interruptions. Such an environment, while a challenge for experienced practitioners, is often counterproductive for those just starting out. It can lead to frustration and the misconception that meditation is simply too difficult for you. Therefore, especially in the initial stages, the wisest approach is to seek out a secluded spot. If you are fortunate enough to have access to nature, that presents a wonderful inherent advantage. The natural world possesses an almost magical calming effect on the human mind. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, the crisp, fresh air filling your lungs, the soothing greens of lush foliage, the soft touch of sunlight or a cool wind. These myriad elements naturally contribute to a positive mental state, helping to settle the mind, alleviate stress, and effortlessly invite a profound sense of tranquility. Many find that just being in nature can feel like a form of meditation in itself, preparing the ground for deeper practice. However, if you, like many, live in a bustling city, a compact apartment, or an otherwise busy urban environment, please do not despair. You absolutely possess the capacity to create your own quiet sanctuary, your personal haven of peace, even within the confines of your daily life. Find a corner in your home, perhaps a bedroom, a quiet study, or even a small nook where you can consciously close yourself off, even if just for a few precious minutes. The goal is to establish a clear boundary, a temporary isolation from external demands and interruptions. Whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or even just 5 minutes of genuine quiet and solitude, The act of consistently seeking and holding this space is what truly matters. The key here is not perfection, but commitment, minimizing external distractions so your mind can gently turn its attention inward without constant struggle or frantic effort. This dedicated space, however humble or small, becomes your personal haven, a sacred place where you consistently return to cultivate and nurture your inner peace. Over time, this consistency helps your mind associate that place with calm, making it easier to enter a meditative state. Once you've diligently established your quiet, dedicated space, your personal sanctuary for stillness, the very next crucial element to consider in preparing for meditation is your physical posture. This isn't merely about superficial physical comfort. It's a profound, supportive act that significantly aids in achieving a deeper, more sustained success in your meditative practice. While a good posture won't magically dissolve all your mental challenges, it undeniably provides a stable, balanced, and conducive foundation upon which your mind can more easily settle and find focus. If you are genuinely committed to embracing meditation, if you feel, deep down, that this transformative practice will become a regular, integral, and cherished part of your life, a true cornerstone of your well-being, then it's truly worth investing a little time and mindful effort in gentle physical preparation. Consider incorporating some light stretching into your routine, focusing especially on loosening your legs, opening your hips, elongating your back, and relaxing your shoulders. The overarching goal here is not to achieve extreme acrobatic flexibility overnight, but rather to gradually enable your body to comfortably hold a steady, upright, and relaxed position for extended periods. The ideal posture, often depicted in ancient Buddhist traditions, is a full lotus or a half lotus position. However, it's vital to understand that the spirit of the posture is far more important than its precise form. What truly matters are the foundational principles: a straight, yet comfortable, upright spine that allows energy to flow freely, a head well balanced, almost effortlessly, directly over the spine, shoulders relaxed and gently open, avoiding any tension, and a chest that feels expansive, allowing for unrestricted, deep and full breaths. Crucially, your legs should be arranged in a way that is comfortable for you, avoiding any position so tightly crossed that it impedes circulation or causes unnecessary discomfort. The aim is stability without strain. For a great many practitioners, especially when beginning, using a meditation cushion, often called a zafu, can be incredibly helpful. This simple accessory subtly elevates the hips, which naturally encourages the spine to align straight and upright. It also significantly relieves uncomfortable pressure on your legs, hips, knees, and ankles, allowing for greater comfort and endurance. This small, thoughtful adjustment can make a world of difference in your ability to remain still and present, reducing physical distractions. However, it's also worth noting that if you possess good inherent flexibility, sitting directly on the floor without a cushion is absolutely an option. This path offers a unique and powerful advantage. If you can master the ability to meditate comfortably without any external aids, you truly gain the profound freedom to meditate anywhere, at any time, without needing to carry any special accessories. You become your own portable meditation kit, always ready, always prepared. In countries like Thailand, for instance, many dedicated monks are specifically trained to meditate directly on hard ground, precisely for this very reason. It imbues their practice with a boundless quality, making it limitless and adaptable to any circumstance. But for now, and always, if a cushion or even a sturdy chair brings you greater comfort, stability, and ease, by all means, use it. Your hands can rest gently in your lap, one on top of the other, or on your knees, in a posture of relaxation and openness. With your body now settled in a stable and comfortable posture, the next crucial step is to turn your attention to the art of relaxation. This isn't a forceful act, but a gentle letting go. Your gaze can either remain closed, or your eyes can be semi-open, gazing softly downwards, whichever feels most natural and comfortable for you. There's no strict rule, only what helps you minimize external visual distractions. The essence here is simply to allow your entire being to soften. Begin by bringing your awareness to your head, and then slowly, meticulously, let it scan downwards through your entire body. Notice any areas where you might be holding tension, It could be in your forehead, around your eyes, the muscles of your jaw, your neck, shoulders, arms, or even your hands and fingers. As you identify these pockets of tension, consciously invite those muscles to relax. Imagine the tension simply melting away, like ice dissolving into water. Continue this journey of gentle relaxation all the way down to the tips of your toes. Breathe into any areas of tightness, and with each exhale, allow a deeper sense of release. As you consciously engage in this effort to relax, notice a subtle but profound shift occurring in your mind. You'll often observe that your mind tends to become quieter, more settled. This is your initial foothold, your starting point in this meditation. This calm awareness, cultivated through physical relaxation, is your precious entry point. Hold on to this insight. From this foundation of a quieted mind and relaxed body, gently bring your attention to your breath. This is your anchor, your primary object of meditation. Don't try to control your breath or change its rhythm. Simply observe it as it is. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. The goal here is to maintain this attitude of deep relaxation, allowing your mind to quieten to the point where the incessant internal chatter, that constant stream of thoughts, begins to subside. As you relax your body, your mind, and even your emotions, the internal noise will gradually diminish. The rhythm of your thoughts will slow, their intensity will lessen, until you reach a state of inner silence, not falling asleep, but fully awake, yet free from the mental monologue. It can be challenging to sustain this silent, thought-free state without a focal point. This is precisely why we gently rest our attention on the breath. It provides a stable anchor, preventing the mind from being easily pulled away by stray sounds, random sensations, or distracting thoughts. Focusing on the breath means truly feeling the physical sensation of your body breathing. You're not analyzing it. You're not thinking about the breath. You are simply, silently, feeling it. You can choose to feel the breath at whichever part of your body it is clearest, most obvious, or most easily perceptible for you. For some, it's the tip of the nose, noticing the subtle friction of the air as it enters and leaves. For others, it's in the throat, feeling the passage of air. Still others might find the sensation clearest in the chest, observing its expansion and contraction, or in the abdomen, noting its gentle rising and falling. And for some, a more global awareness of the entire body breathing is most natural. There's no right or wrong place. The key is simply to choose one clear point of sensation and rest your silent awareness there. Don't try to answer verbally. Simply observe where your mind naturally goes to find the answer. Does it go to your nose, your chest, your abdomen? That point, wherever your mind naturally seeks the sensation of breath, is your perfect starting point for awareness. Once you've found that point, endeavor to sustain your mind in silent, continuous contact with that object of meditation, the simple, ever-present sensation of your breath. As you continue to rest your unwavering attention on the breath, it is absolutely and entirely natural for your mind to become distracted. Please understand, this is not a sign of failure. It is simply the inherent, often unruly nature of the untrained mind. When you gently, softly notice that your mind has wandered, perhaps it's become completely lost in a vivid thought, swept away by a captivating fantasy, gripped by a pressing worry about the future, or even pulled into a nostalgic memory of the past. Gracefully, without a trace of judgment or self-criticism, simply bring it back. Sometimes when we get deeply distracted, our physical body might subtly tense up, or our posture might even unconsciously shift. So, when you become aware of the distraction, make your first compassionate act to bring your attention back to your body. Just check your posture again. Is your spine still upright and comfortable? Are your shoulders relaxed? Then, consciously and with exquisite gentleness, re-engage the art of physical relaxation. Soften your forehead, release any tension around your eyes, loosen the muscles of your jaw, relax your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your chest, and your legs, all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Imagine any residual tension simply melting away, dissolving like ice into warm water. Breathe deeply into any areas of tightness, and with each slow, deliberate exhale, allow a deeper, more pervasive sense of release to permeate your entire being. And once your body is thoroughly relaxed again, gently, once more, place your attention back on your breath, your steady, unchanging anchor. This entire process, the continuous cycle of noticing distraction, patiently relaxing the body and mind, and then gently returning to the breath, is the very core of this practice. The more consistently and kindly you engage in this loop, the more skillful you will become. Over time, you will find that this act of returning feels faster, smoother, and remarkably less stressful. The most profoundly important aspect here is to absolutely avoid generating any tension or, crucially, any frustration, especially when you realize your mind has wandered. Do not become irritated, angry, or disappointed with yourself because you got distracted. This internal agitation only serves to worsen the situation and create more internal obstacles. Consciously resist the temptation of anger, the urge for self-reproach, and the sting of resentment. Then, with utmost tranquility, gentleness, and an unwavering kindness towards yourself, calmly lead it back to the breath. You perform this act of returning again and again, with a soft yet steady hand, like guiding a gentle animal home. With each consistent return, this process becomes more fluid, more seamless, more effortless, until eventually it can become almost automatic. The mind wanders, and then without conscious struggle or internal friction, it gracefully glides back to the breath, softly, naturally, as if drawn by an invisible thread. When you reach this point, when the mind begins to settle and this returning becomes effortless, meditation becomes immensely more enjoyable, truly delightful. Eventually, the mind itself begins to settle more deeply. It becomes far less prone to distraction, much more stable, firm, and clear. You may even begin to notice subtle internal changes, sensations of profound lightness, a pleasant warmth spreading through your body, or other unique internal experiences. While these are natural occurrences and can be quite pleasant, it's vital to remember that they are ultimately irrelevant to the core purpose of the practice. Do not be seduced or captivated by them. They are just another form of distraction, however subtle or alluring. Your sole task remains to gently but firmly maintain your attention on the breath. Any sensation that arises, no matter how wonderful, blissful, or seemingly profound, is still just a passing phenomenon, a temporary distraction. Do not allow yourself to be enthralled or taken captive by these fleeting phenomena. The exact same principle applies to any discomfort or pain that might arise during your meditation, such as an ache, a stiffness, or an itch. Your practice is to simply acknowledge its presence, but then to ignore it, to not let it coerce you, disturb you, or pull you away from your focus. Maintain your attention on the breath. Cultivate profound detachment from both pleasant and unpleasant sensations. Learn to free yourself from being enslaved by either pleasure or pain, from being constantly pulled by attraction or aversion. Seek to keep your mind perfectly serene, silent and poised, consistently returning to the breath, your anchor. In this unburdened state, free from the dictates of fleeting sensations, you will discover a joy, a happiness, a peace that is far greater, more profound, and truly everlasting than anything the senses can ever offer. This gentle yet unwavering discipline of returning to the breath is the very path towards inner liberation and genuine well-being. The ideal duration for your meditation practice is, in truth, highly personal and deeply individual. It depends entirely on your current capacity for sustained concentration, your physical comfort level in a seated posture, and your ability to remain genuinely relaxed and at ease throughout the session. There is no universal, one-size-fits-all recipe that you can simply follow from someone else. Only you, through careful self-observation, can truly perceive your own unique state and adapt accordingly. As a general point of reference, for an average person without severe underlying physical pain or significant psychological challenges, sitting for around 30 minutes in a meditation posture should be relatively comfortable and manageable. However, this is merely a guideline, a suggested starting point. The most profoundly important thing to remember is to be mindful, not to force yourself too much, not to compel your body or your mind to sit for longer than they are genuinely capable of sustaining with ease. When you push too hard, When you demand too much of yourself, meditation can very quickly transform from a path to peace into a stressful, even painful activity. Instead of finding calm and clarity, you might find yourself experiencing unnecessary tension, annoying irritation, or even a strong aversion and resistance the moment it's time to sit down and practice. This, of course, entirely defeats the very purpose of cultivation. Therefore, the wise approach is to meditate for the duration that truly feels appropriate and genuinely beneficial to you in that moment. If sitting for 30 minutes feels overly strenuous, a cause for strain or physical discomfort, then reduce it to 20 minutes. If 20 minutes is still a consistent struggle, a battle against discomfort, then try 15. And if even 15 minutes feels like too much, then begin with 10 minutes. The absolute key here is to make a sincere, consistent effort to sit regularly, but to prioritize quality of attention and inner peace over mere quantity of time. It might be far more profoundly beneficial to sit for shorter, truly peaceful periods, perhaps several times a day, than to force yourself through one long, uncomfortable, and internally resistant session. Consistency and kindness to yourself are far more powerful than forced duration. As you consistently and patiently engage in this practice, with this attitude of gentle persistence, you will naturally begin to gain more skill, more ease, and more subtle dexterity in working with yourself, with the sensations of your body, and with the dynamic flow of your mind. The time you can comfortably and effectively sit will naturally extend, not because you're brutally forcing it, but because you are steadily cultivating a deeper sense of ease, a profound understanding, and a growing capacity for inner stillness. The ultimate, beautiful goal of this practice is to meditate in a way that allows you to extract the maximum possible benefits, learning to be truly at peace with your own transient physical sensations, to harmoniously navigate your own fleeting feelings, and to fully embody your own precious body. You will gradually, yet profoundly, learn to free yourself from being enslaved by the incessant stream of your thoughts and by the constant, often demanding flux of physical sensations. Through this consistent inward turning, you will eventually discover a profound inherent peace and a deep wisdom within yourself, far nobler and wiser than anything you may have known before, and make true, lasting contact with the deepest, most enlightened aspects of your own essential being. This sustained effort in meditation, this consistent turning inward, leads to a profound and undeniable transformation. You begin to understand, not just intellectually but experientially, that true peace and lasting well-being are not external prizes to be won, but rather an inherent quality of your own mind, patiently uncovered. You learn to make peace with your own sensations, to understand your own feelings, and to inhabit your own body with a new sense of acceptance. Most remarkably, you learn to break free from being enslaved by the incessant chatter of your thoughts and the constant demands of your physical senses. The profound fruit of this practice is the discovery that there is something far more peaceful, far nobler, and infinitely wiser within you than what you currently know. You begin to make contact with the deepest, most luminous aspects of your own being. This is a path of true liberation, not just from external pressures, but from the internal prisons we unknowingly construct for ourselves. It's a journey that reveals a genuine well-being, independent of conditions, that extends beyond this very moment and lays the groundwork for a serene existence. So, if this guide has resonated with you, if the promise of a more peaceful and liberated mind stirs something within you, I invite you to take a crucial next step. Begin this journey of meditation, even if it's just for 10 minutes a day, in your quiet space. Observe what arises. If you're ready to delve deeper into these ancient teachings and cultivate genuine inner peace, make sure to subscribe to our channel right now and turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos. We consistently share wisdom to support your path. And if this video offered you any insight or comfort, please consider liking it and sharing it with a friend or loved one who might also be searching for stillness amidst life's demands. Your support helps us bring these timeless tools for happiness to a wider audience, illuminating more hearts and minds on their journey to true well-being. Thank you for watching.